because AA is like high tier list in like China right now. LGD is like first phasing it, and people are starting to get on a little bit. I saw some NA teams kind of copying it the other night too. So
well, gang, we'll
see if we get one this game.
So let's dive into this thing because these teams are wasting no time. We've got an Earth Spirit. Spoiler alert! And look at that, it's Coddle just chilling there on his horse in the jungle.
Guys, don't be like me and let it take you like 5 years to really appreciate Earth Spirit. This hero's amazing. I fully understand why people just spam this hero in pubs now. I get it.
I have gotten
very satisfying
a number of DMs from high-profile Dota people saying, like, bro, if you're really struggling to farm MMR for real, you could just learn Earth Spirit because that guy's pretty busted, and you can dumpster people with him. Earth Spirit. And it's like...
just cool.
Yeah,
all the spirits are cool. Someone at Valve really likes the spirits and is just, you know, dedicated to make sure that they're always going to be at least decent, right?
That is true.
Yep. Ooh. I mean, Earth Spirit's mobile, tanky, and does AoE damage. Has a silence, has a stun. That's
somehow
a great partner
he's a core
right there.
and a support right now.
Yeah. Plus, he's got broad shoulders. I mean, look at that. He could carry you all day.
That's what they're there for. You got to lift those teams up.
Well, EGOBOYS picked 4 tiny, so this game's over.
No. They have the Coddle. So when you have the Coddle, then it's good because you can Avatars and then you can Avatars again.
I mean,
that's true.
Yes.
That's better. Tiny struggles with mana.
It is
could
better.
be mid-tiny.
It is definitively better.
Yeah.
But is it good?
Now, what I am afraid about is that Unknown, they won with Coddle, but then they actually first pick the Earth Spirit and they give the Coddle away. So they know what they're doing. They're debating EGOBOYS. They know how to counter Coddle. I just hope we don't get into a weird... I think they got that Ember really early on the EGOBOYS trying to counter Coddle, and it ended up in a place where like they were not comfortable playing Ember versus Zeus. So I just hope they last pick Alone's hero, because after that match, I feel like he needs patting the back. You know, he needs.
I'm with you.
I got another stat here for one of our favorite SA heroes, the Monkey King. Probably going to get banned out in this phase. Maybe it'll get picked up. We've seen quite a bit of Monkey King, obviously. 13 games so far across upper and lower. It's actually a little lower than I would have guessed. Lots of bans, though. Like 28 bans. 84.62% win rate, guys. Monkey King is slaying it.
Now, a lot of these have been because it gets picked against the Wraith King. That really feels like a great matchup. I mean, Wraith King can win it, but we've seen a number of times.
I think Monkey's just like super solid, too.
That too, yeah. He combos with a lot of other heroes. You know, he's got this nice bubble ultimate that actually does damage with these like puck type bubble ultimates.
The items are all really good right now, I think, for Monkey King too.
Yeah, his Eggs is so strong. Like you basically in the late game, it's like you have 3 heroes, right? Like as long as you stand still, you're gonna have 3 heroes hitting. It's like very like I cannot like if you think of Gyro, right? You get a second Gyro attacking with Lycan, with your Psy Gunner, but with Monkey King you get 3 heroes, so that's 1.5 times better.
Now that's
hit him with the math.
That's South American math for you.
All right, they're gonna take the Timber away.
Is SA math the opposite of NA math? Is that how that meme works?
I don't know. We're not that good at math around here as well. I think I think it's kind of similar.
Where'd you stop, Bowie? Calc 1, Calc 2? Were you a Calc 3 kind of guy?
Calc 3, dude, but I was scrapping by, all right? I bombed the first Calc 3, and then I got the easier teacher, and that's how I got through.
So classic.
Yeah.
I got through Calc 2 because of a snowstorm. We had a take-home exam for our second one. Saved it. No joke. A whole week was shut down, so we didn't have enough time for classes. Fantastic.
That's dope.
Lucky is what that is.
I was just checking through our regional league records here, guys, and we have a player in here who's currently 3rd place for one of our records. It's Tano. Would you like to know what record he's got currently? What he's averaging, that is. I won't let you sit in anticipation. It's deaths. Most deaths per game. He's actually 3rd right now with 9.5.
That's pretty high.
I'm sure that last game probably helped.
Oh, boy.
That's a rough average. That's ooh.
That's a hard day in pubs, you know.
Well, I'm not sure how he's gonna do this game, but I do like Tro for this game. I think he is one of the best carries right now. And when you have Coddle on top of it, you're gonna have more axes, which is more damage. So that's That's good, right?
Facts. Batrider is still in right now, and they just picked Troll. I mean, they have the puck already, but I mean, that's still a possibility. Let's go Tide instead, though.
Interesting.
Who is 10th? EGOBOYS. All right, we got to watch that bat at the end of this. Because depending on how things go, that could look like a nasty little 10th pick there.
All right,
and
so
they
that's
finally
tiny
go back
mid.
for that Undying.
Radiant team
You like this tiny mid?
Oh, there it is.
Okay.
They waited. They got one more pick deep, and then they snagged it.
Oh God!
Oh, you
this
can't.
looks hard.
Dude, how does he keep getting into the next phase? Like, guys, Bat's like the best hero right now. Have you guys been watching DPC? This guy is crushing so many games.
Wow, I don't know what I guess you have to somehow offlane this tiny, right? Like, yeah, you can toss the Batrider away, but I feel like it gets to a point where the tiny just I don't feel like this is a good matchup. I might be wrong here, but I feel like this is really hard.
Yeah, they're gonna start banning some matchup heroes too, like in the Legion and stuff.
Well,
Yeah,
so
Clock,
Trent,
maybe.
I don't know the exact number, but I've got an equal but opposite stat for you. It's Undying to Monkey King. He's been picked a lot, and his win rate is abysmal.
Yes.
This poor guy's been getting picked on like crazy. Now, they don't have great tombstone hitters here, so that's maybe a small plus, but I'm getting back to this point, buddy, where I see Undying and go, ooh, are we sure? I mean, this is Earth Spirit Tide, so in theory, it should be a great Undying lane.
It should be an incredible lane. Undying's supposed to secure
should be.
bad laners, right? That's the.
Well, I know he should.
And now they have a Troll who's a great laner.
Yeah, all right. All right, Ego Boys, no pressure, but if this doesn't work, I don't know what to tell you.
10 seconds remaining.
It's all good. He's got it.
He's got it.
Double soul rip.
Remaining.
Boom.
I don't know, dude. They picked this Kato, and I don't see any hero here where I'm like, okay, this is busted with Kato. So
well, the tiny,
I hope they have a last
good, right?
pick.
Is that what you're saying? That was all right.
It's not that good though. Like you don't really get the instant avatars, right? You get a better cooldown, but it's not like Zeus where you can like burst someone down. And you also have a tiny that probably will have a bad lane. So I really feel like they need this bristleback kind of hero. This thing that really like buys time for the troll, pretty much.
Unknown just have such great mid-game team fight. Really good initiation, pretty good damage as well. A little reliant around that Ravage cooldown, but we've seen Batrider. He's not even really that reliant on the lasso cooldown. When it's up, you get a free kill, but when it's not up, you're still kind of just running around with your bots trying to kill people. So
they're trying to decide what one they want here before they go for their final ban. A Slider.
Okay.
So the Ricky's
that
still
enables
in.
the troll quite a bit.
That's a ban Ricky right there. The second that happens, I think.
Ooh.
Ricky looks pretty solid. I'm with you there.
Yeah, they don't really have great control necessarily for it. It'd be all on Tiny pretty much. So ban the Ricky. Remaining. But then they could just pick Weaver and still look kind of okay.
I think Weaver's really good.
Weaver's kind of bad versus Tiny, though. That's like traditionally sort of a bad matchup, but again, we don't think this Tiny's really popping off. So
they could Drow also. You've got this Troll Warlord. I'd be nervous about Drow Ranger with this lineup. Great peel, great counter initiation.
Okay, take the jug. I like both Weaver and Drow because you can kite the Troll and you also deal with the Tombstone and the Will-O-Wisp if it ever gets to that spot. But
Truth.
Yeah, they got options all over the place. I mean, they could just like TB if they wanted to as well. You know.
10 seconds remaining.
Totally.
Yeah,
they got quite a bit of spacing.
Dire team pick.
Oh, we've got a decision. It's the Alk. They go greedy. So safe
I
lane
did say
Alk
Burno was playing Alk. Okay.
Yeah, he's got the one game up. Give me Alk, guys.
Give me one toe back because I had a lot of bad predictions. But
congratulations.
Okay, what do you do here if you're Ego? I just feel like their draft is struggling here.
5 seconds.
You pick like Death Prophet or Lycan or something, and you just YOLO. Lycan into Tide. All right, great choice. I don't know, DP, I guess. DP or Queen. Hope for the best.
You need a vessel.
Vessel is good here.
I'm just going to pretend that Alk doesn't exist. That's my game plan.
I mean, I know he sucks, but I think Necrophos, get a vessel, kill the Alk. That's your play right there. Scythe this guy.
Necrophos.
Scythe this guy. Go big. EGOBOYS need something crazy. They got to dig deep. They're in a spot where they need something like Necro.
What, like a mid AA? Don't go that crazy now.
I think they need an Enigma here. They need something that deals a lot of damage, because they're not going to be able to burst Tide or Elk in the mid game.
That's like AA is a meme, but at the same time,
Huh.
is there any way it could work? No, not really.
Again, I mean, if it was not Bad Rider mid, I actually think it could be okay. But
Veno. All right,
It's
well, that's a
damage.
vessel carrier.
yeah.
They're trying to give Tiny something, I guess.
All right, I am not feeling this Eagles boys draft. I'm going back to unknown. This is not good enough.
I mean, we've seen a couple really rough Veno games. This hero, if it has a rough lane, he becomes food. And you've got Undying too. There's a lot of food on Ego Boys. I think
All right.
Burna
So
over there is looking pretty hungry.
We're all clearly on Ego Boys. Well, we're clearly on Unknown's draft side. What do they need?
Yeah.
How do Ego Boys do it, guys? We gotta talk this out.
All right, you crush
Vessel,
top.
100%.
You crush
Troll,
top
Troll
with
Undying should
Venomancer.
go well, right? Does this troll need to be like more involved early on?
10 seconds remaining.
Is that an
It
option
depends on
for him?
how good Tiny, how good the lane is for Tiny. If Tiny actually gets a good lane, he can create a lot of space. But that seems hard, especially considering the last performance from Alone.
Because that
But,
shouldn't happen, because he also doesn't even have supports that really rotate mid. So this lane is really hard for Alone. Like,
Yes.
really hard. But we also know that he's allergic to hitting creeps. So maybe that that issue that he has will help save him by getting enough kills to salvage
Aren't we
this game.
worried about this off lane for Ego Boys? Because it's going to be Coddle Veno. So how does that lane go well? They're going to have to
Elk
win
is pretty
against-
weak. So I think that's actually
that's okay?
the only good lane for them.
Yes.
The best
Okay.
lane they have.
Well, I think Troll Undying is also a decent lane too. I think the side lanes should be okay, right?
So
Yeah.
that's the condition. You win 2 of your side lanes. Alone just has to survive mid.
They're gonna like
and-
win these lanes though, because I think their
Yes.
game still looks hard afterwards.
Yes.
Yeah,
and
the
then
Alchemist is going to be
after you
fat.
win these lanes, you have to find a way to transition that into mid-game fights, hunt this Alchemist. There's a path to victory, but it's a pretty specific choreography. I'd say one that's pretty fragile. Not a lot of margin for error. But let's see if they can do it. All right. Well, Gary Theben, we need some help. Game 1 was one-sided. Game 2, is it going to be one-sided the other way? Venomancer? Gary, can I tempt you with a Venomancer?
No, no, I don't think so. I think Theben probably leaning the same way as well. Side lanes victories here maybe for Ego Boys, but I don't know. The support duo of Kotl Undying, the fact that Tiny has to pop off, he's the only stun in this game, he's their only catch and kill. Theben, it just looks rough wherever you look for the Ego Boys.
You know what?
Are you going for it?
Maybe this game, you know what? I might just go with Ego Boys. I think I'm going to
Yeah?
be the only one here. Yeah. The reason is because I was thinking if this was, let's say, Enigma versus Team Secret, right? And Secret was playing Ego Boys lineup. I think they would actually win this game.
Mm-hmm.
I really think so. I think Unknown, they got this position 5 puck, and then they got like this long cooldown on the Tide on there. Bad Rider's a cool hero, but the speed that Ego Boys can play at is really fast. You got the Coddle plus the Tiny. I know it's not instant on the Avalanche Toss combo resets, but you can boost his mana, keep letting him
30
farm,
seconds to
get
battle.
fast to that Blink Dagger, and just keep fighting with him with the Coddle. And the Undying with the team fight on the Tombstone is really nice too. You don't have a good Tombstone killer in this game, and that will give naturally a lot of space for the Troll Warlord and let him decide when he wants to join the team fights. And just because of that, I think it's a pretty cool draft on the side of Ego Boys. Now, because of what we saw in Game 1 and how we know Ego Boys, they're probably like the inferior team. That's why I think we're a bit leaning more towards Unknown.
A bit of bias from that first game of the series. We'll see how they handle it. Trolls up top with the Undying. The other side lane bottoms, the Kotl Veno. And for now, it looks like Tide and Earth Spirit going to be up there for Unknown, while Puck goes back to Fountain.
You know, Gary, what I would have liked to have seen is actually the Coddle laning with the Troll and the Undying laning with the Venomancer against this Alchemist. I think that would have been beautiful. Because then the Undying can just focus on decaying the Alch and the Veno can just bully him. He won't be able to farm. And on the top lane, now you have the Chakra Magic on the Troll who can just constantly spam his axes onto these two melee heroes and completely annihilate them.
Yeah, we're seeing
Instead-
already the power of it on Drakeel down to half HP just from one axis.
Yeah. But instead, now you have like a Kato versus an Alk, which is like, Alk is gonna enjoy this. He's gonna have a lane constantly shoved into his tower. I just feel like this Alk could have been absolutely destroyed with an Undying in this lane.
Yeah, it could have been a nice little adaptation for them. All right, now, Tano looks like he's trying to scout out where the puck is lurking. And Burner getting clicked down by the poison sting of the Venomancer. Struggling a little bit without Illuminate clipping him. In that mid lane, how's it started out? Tiny with a decent lead to begin with. He's got a wand this time. Up against the Zeus as that Ember
God
Spirit.
bless.
He didn't buy the stick, but against the Bat Rider, he knows.
Yeah, something he's played against. Last game is like, Zeus? What is this new hero?
I've never seen that one before. Where's that come from?
Oh, he's got all the last hits mid too. Maybe Alone has just been holding back on us, you know? And this game he's like, alright, it's over.
I've lulled my opponents into a false sense of security. They think I'm weak, but in fact, this Tiny makes me so strong. Now we'll leave that mid lane for a bit as the top. Spirit rolls away from danger. Already got his pull off. Undying and Troll trying to come in to contest. Tide Hunter, what is he? Anchor Smash and Kraken Shell, so there's no gush there. And Wedge being chased back. No real kill threat in these lanes. I feel like that's what made me the most worried about the draft from EGOBOYS is the lack of stuns and the fact that both side lanes are very reliant on kind of holding the lane. You know, they're not necessarily aggressive kill lanes. They're more sustain and keep the core hero farming.
They got a lot of slows. I mean, if you push off the enemy core and you just lasted everything, eventually the enemy's gonna lose the lane just from being under leveled and getting everything denied. You don't have to kill heroes to win a lane. So that's what they got to be focused on.
That's what they're doing right now. Chasing on that Tide. Already spent the axes. So we're just down to... Oh,
Tiny, oh no, he
RoboZ.
TP'd on the tier 1 as well. Oh no.
He'd already popped his wand. He tried the toss, but Batrider with those sticky napalm stacks, too much to handle. And that's where things start to collapse a little bit. Solo kill out of the Batrider. And the sad thing is, Tiny has to go back into this lane. Level 4 against level 5. And Bat, with that bottle freshly delivered, should have a pretty decent time going to gather up that rune. Oh, Alone. He's gonna walk back. Oh, yeah, so you TP to the tier 1s and I can't TP back in?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's real rough. And there's an Earth Spirit lurking, wanting that secondary kill, guarding the top rune for the Bat. A nice move by Tano, though. We'll grab the haste rune, make sure there isn't a bottle refill.
You know, Gary, I'm just a little speechless watching a lone lad.
He's had some struggles.
Yeah, he has. He really has. How's our friend Alk doing? 26 lasses.
Yes.
Amazing. And these plague words are nice for the Veno to feed towards the Alk as well. We can get
Thank
those.
you.
Good thing Sacred is focused on denying those, because that's a lot of gold. That Alk
I mean,
will get.
Level 1 Plague War's not really what you'll be going for, but mid lane again, Batrider on top of the Tiny, the TP rotation from the Undying. Soul Rip's enough. Buys enough time for Alone to retreat. And forces RoboZ to back away. Still not a comfortable time for the Tiny, though. Lacking on that regen.
It's not.
Bounty rune's coming. Earth Spirit will guard one of the northern ones as Puck tries to dance and jaunt away. Yodomi tagged by the Illuminate, still with Poison Sting on him. Gets the bounty rune. And if he wants to, could TP, but he's going to try the deny.
No.
Neutral creeps get him.
Poor
Close
Tano.
with the Illuminate.
Yep, doesn't get that kill. Man, look at the Tide. He's doing alright, right? 15 and 4. I know how this lane goes if it was Keeper and Troll. This Tide Hunter would be sitting at like 8 lasses, and Troll would have all the free farm as well. And then bottom, Undying Decay and Venomous Gale would be probably, might have even killed the Alk once or twice. very unfortunate they were not able to see that line of play.
Yeah, and this Undying trying to really face tank the Tide and the Earth Spirit. Drops his Tombstone. It's only level 1, but they do opt to run away from it. Troll Warlord offering too much slow and just enough damage to scare them away. They pop the stick on Widge's Earth Spirit, but the Undying sliced down by Drakeel. And Alone's first rotation, the level 5 mid Tiny. He wobbles into lane and, well,
That feels
gets
bad.
back towards mid.
Scanning.
Yeah, that's no Chris Luck rotation right there.
That's the
From
complete
Mr.
opposite.
Alone. Yeah, I mean, if he wanted to rotate somewhere, he should have. I think he should have been bottom onto the Alchemist before the Alch would hit level 6. Because although they're bringing him low constantly, there's just not that finisher available.
Dire's
That's what Tiny offers you with Avalanche Toss. And you kind of want to be playing into Kotl's lane as well with the Chakra Magic, now level 2. Oh, Yodomi somehow getting clipped by that Illuminate, even with the phase shift. Ever so slightly mistimed it. It's probably very difficult, level 1 phase shift against Illuminate, because there's quite a big window of where the horses actually hit you.
Yeah, it can hit you on the backside too, the back end of the
Radiant's
Illuminate.
bottom tower is under attack.
Those rear hooves.
He didn't even go for a
the
solar
damage in.
bind on Coddle either. I don't know about that. Value point of solar bind, it pretty much slows him so hard.
Radiant structures are
Yeah, I guess
fortified.
wants to go at level 5, get a value point in it. But Tano, he's going to feel the wrath of the Batrider. Lasso comes out. Troll, he's coming here to play, but Tano can't escape from the grasp of Widge and RoboZ.
Arcane Rune usage on the Lasso too, so he's gonna have that up much
Just over.
faster.
Just over a minute. Well, the tier 1 tower bottom lane is slowly being whittled away by Alone and Sacred.
Dire's top tower is
Puck
under
has stuck around down here to try and hold on, clear out waves, and allow this rotation to arrive. The 2-man Ravage from Drakeel, focusing on the Tiny. Alone, yeah, chased by the Batrider.
Oh,
RoboZ
boy.
still has the Arcane Rune going, and Sacred, a good Gale, tags 3 of them, but Widge is here. The Earth Spirit closes to the gap. There's no ability to TP home, and Sacred will be the second core to fall. At the very least, they got the tower, though.
Yeah, they did. I think he could have TP'd out after the roll miss. There was no more disables left on the Venom, but I guess he didn't get that information. The Lasso was already used.
And one of those snap decisions you've got to make. And Burner, what's he up to? Mr. Battle Fury Alchemist, not too far away. Yeah, you throw spells at him and he really doesn't care. Avalanche and Illuminate, doing about 30% of his health, which he regens up immediately.
He'll have Battle Fury by 10 minutes and 20 seconds on this Alchemist too, at the rate that he's farming.
I'll hold you to that. 10 minutes 20. That number's in my head. I'll be watching the clock.
No problem. Got you.
And
Mr.
Puck
Alone,
is stacking for him too.
only level 6? On this
Yeah, 9
time?
minutes in.
Yikes. Yeah.
Tide is level 8 with a hood.
under attack.
That's
I mean,
the
what is the net
offlaner
worth?
who had 2 heroes in his lane. Level 8.
And 100 gold ahead of the Tiny. Well, Kotl can start making a few little stacks in the jungle for him and allow Alone to try and catch up in his net worth. Use that Chakra Magic, and he's nearly got Blink, so that's definitely a stepping stone towards a
definitely.
comeback for the Tiny.
That will help him, especially since they're saving their smokes for that tiny dagger. They're going to be able to get like 2 smokes. They already bought one, and then the third one at 10.
I was wondering, Undying TPing inside that Firefly. Does RoboZ want to spend Lasso? He spent a couple of seconds thinking. Opts to go for it. Takes the freebie.
That's the free big creep kill right there, man. You gotta take it.
is. And it's also in that position where, you know, Undying, if he's over there, he could be warding, could be getting vision of the Alchemist, spotting out stacks. You make damn sure that the Ego Boys don't get any intel around that Radiant Triangle. As the Bounty Runes spawn, more stacks are made. And 10 minutes in, Battle Fury is going to be there. 10-20, you're 10 seconds away. Does he get it from this stack? It's getting close. Bounty Rune. Ooh.
Told you.
You basically, he can sell his circle and his branch. You've got it.
No, he's
spot
got
on.
it.
Spot on.
He
Yeah.
doesn't need to sell anything. He's got it.
Oh, you're right. Perfect. Theban, really beautiful,
Told you.
beautiful mathematics.
That's brown math right there. You guys got NA math and SA math. Well, you don't know about that brown math.
I'm not touching that one. I'll let you speak for yourself on that. Top lane, there's the Tiny. Makes the jump on Burner. They find the Alchemist with that Blink Dagger reveal. Alone makes the one move that makes it look good, but the return is a coil from the +5 puck. The Bat Rider, no lasso, so just a Flame Break and a Firefly coming up, but RoboZ secures it as a Ravage. Really well placed. Drakil's in there, and they take down 3 in a row, and a Tombstone's the cherry on top. Easy money for the Unknown Boys, and Alchemist, well, he's got a bit of time to think about where he wants to farm next.
I mean, they made
Or roll
some
into
kind of
mid.
smoke play.
They're chasing Sacred. Magnetize, Flame Break, damage over time. Give the Venom a bit of a taste of his own medicine. And it's just huge. Every step of the way, this Unknown side find pickoffs.
That's what happens. You got a smoke play into the triangle. The Alk already has his Battle Fury, so he's farming away, got a little low. They killed him, but losing 3 heroes thanks to these big team fight spells. It's just a little too late, Gary.
Too little, too late.
Too little, too late.
Tiny? Who's he comboing? That is a Tide Hunter.
With a hood. With a hood.
Yeah, I think he had a lot of wand charges as well. Just TP's home.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Troll Warlord Maelstrom, mid-tier 1. Good objective to go and take. EGOBOYS making waves, getting a bit of space on the map, grouping up as 5. Time to play some Dota 2 with this Kotl backing them up.
under attack.
And they know that Ravage is down, so, a window as good as any. Forcing Alk out of the triangle.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Make sure that Battle Fury efficiency is limited.
Top tower has
But it does open up a few weaknesses on the map. The top tier one's gone. Earth Spirit gets to play the dead lane. And Tiny still looking to make that jump and find pickoffs. Puck, too tanky apparently. Level 7 with a coil onto Tiny, forcing him to snap it. The rest of his squad not really near enough by to keep on going.
They're gonna need to keep playing aggressively on the side of EGOBOYS, and Troll with the Maelstrom, he needs to just be the one to push out all these lanes, especially try to take this top tower. I need to see EGOBOYS like making their way, connected to the Troll top, taking that tier 1 and invading that triangle area. They have to be fighting right now. Going for the Earth Spirit. They got the Troll here.
He rolled into them. Magnetizes onto 3 of them. We're just trying to go a little bit ballsy there in a 1v3.
Well, Kato was hunting him and blocking his rollouts while keeping in the Troll Warlord.
He nearly killed the Kotl all on his lonesome.
Troll play on the bottom side, and the other heroes mid just means free farm for the Alk right now.
Yeah, and for this Bat Rider, who's a recipe away from BKB, and we know how strong that Bat is with bots BKB just running at you. Venomancer trying to plant himself in the mid lane, bodyguarding that bottom Radiant jungle for the Troll Warlord, but with a Kotl and Undying behind him, not really the greatest turnaround supports. They drop the Tombstone. Tiny can do a great job here, but not against the Tide. He's made the wrong jump again. The Bat Rider lassos him, and alone, being dragged into the Firefly, the Flame Break, this Tombstone
Cancel the
stacking up
TP.
zombies, but in comes the coil. Puck tracks back onto this Kotl. They'll find the kill on him with a double for RoboZ, and that Tombstone stacking up zombies. Money, money, money. Give it all to Alki. Come on. Plus 27, plus 27. Easy goal.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Just let the Tombstone stand.
You know, what's happening right now is EGOBOYS, they understand they need to play aggressively, they need to apply some pressure, but they're just playing on the wrong side of the map. They're not playing where they can apply the most amount of pressure and also not give a chance for Unknown to get these favorable fights. This is why you see them like doing these actions and dying. In reality, it's what they should be doing, just wrong place.
Yeah, and lacking a little bit from this mid lane Tiny. Less net worth than his Venomancer now. Who can he actually jump? Tide's out of the question. Bat Rider has BKB pretty much done when that comes. Also out of the question. Alchemist is going to have BKB soon. And they make a move on to Sacred. Venomancer still continuing to play that mid lane. Out in the open completely left alone. And now up top, Troll batting
There's no
the
lasso.
Alk. Concoction comes. Solar Bind and a good grab by now. Robo Z is coming here to fight, but he's got no lasso, no Firefly. Flame Break is all he's really got to play around with. Maybe with Yodomi, the coil onto 2. No Battle Trance, so they focus the Troll. Oh, Robo Z still found first. Earth Spirit battling the Troll. Oh my god, it's getting close
Possessed
now
Mass.
with... Come on, the Possessed Mass lifesteal! Still drops,
wow.
but a great fight for Troll Warlord, showing how powerful he can be. Tiny back in with the Avatos. They clear up the puck. 4 heroes down. The Ego Boys straight back in it.
Dude, that Troll Warlord, man. I'm telling you know what? Now, this guy is just... He's a beast of a player. Say in game 1 with this TB, he got some creative stuff going. Here, he sees the Alk, doesn't hesitate, pops the ulti, Bat Rider TP's in, wants to try and help his Alk somehow, but doesn't have lasso. And that Possessed Mass actually kept him alive the entirety of that engagement. That was it. Like, it looked like when he was going for the bat, it was a horrible move, but the Earth Spirit was not able to break the coil, and the Troll was still able to right-click and lifesteal just enough.
Bat Rider going 1v2. Veno and Undying just being burnt to a crisp. Can he still continue? Yeah, he can. The movement speed's slow, not enough to stop the bat. Veno now, what, 4 deaths in a row in that mid lane, 0, 5, and 3. Leaves in a body bag. Dead for 20 seconds again. But yeah, it caught me off guard watching that top fight. I'm like, where is Troll lifestealing from? Oh yeah, Possessed Mask. Nice little bit.
That's the first thing I looked at. Does he have lifesteal? If he does, he can fight this. And then, oh, yep, Possessed Mask.
He sure does. Tiny. With the Kotal trying to backstab, but it looks like Unknown were more than ready for them. They get the Ravage on the Troll as well, catching out Kotal. 2 heroes gone and Troll.
BKB ulti.
Can he do it? Can he 1 versus 4? The Alchemist isn't here.
Man.
Troll's trying to turn and run.
No TP.
No TP. He's got a Battle Trance, but he's chased down by the puck. The Tombstone drop. Undying trying to help this now Troll out.
And pop the ulti.
Gets off his Flesh Golem. Still has the Battle Trance and it's used up. Chases into Drakeel, but the zombie's being shredded and the Poison Nova. Sacred can help out nicely, but they've lost the Troll and this Venomancer. Again, the sacrifice. Save your buddy syndrome. A killing spree for the Earth Spirit as it's Ego Boys' turn to have a bit of a feed.
Just Coddle and Tiny just always biting more than they can chew. And that time, it also made the Troll, come in there, try to help him. I think they're calling for it. And the Troll now finds himself out of position. He has a BKB and ulti, but no TP out.
And no team.
Yeah, no team. I mean, this game was looking really good because Now was actually keeping up with this Alchemist who was essentially free farming. And with these, bad calls on fights Ego Boys are taking right now, Alchemist is just in a good position once again.
Straight back in the driving seat.
Yeah.
I mean, the fights, with Ravage look incredibly good for Unknown, it has to be said. That's definitely a tool in their kit that's being utilized damn well by Drakeel. These big 3-4-man Ravagers. Most certainly upsetting and unsettling Ego Boys.
Yeah.
Now it's down for about a minute. Do you think they should go and run at them?
I think they're gonna feel a bit hesitant. Whatever, you know what they should do on Ego Boys? They should just listen to Now. Whatever he wants, just do that. Ask your boy, yo, Carry, what you want us to do right now? Run at them, clear some waves, buy time. So whatever he says, just listen.
Farm or fight? What's the answer now? Looks like it's a bit of farming.
He's going for an Aghanims next item, so he's going to be able to remove that Vessel, which he finds very annoying for him in these engagements. That's going to be nice.
For sure. Is there much else? Sticky Napalm?
Yeah,
Anything
Sticky
you can
Napalm, that's a
dispel?
pretty big one. The Flame Break, also big. These are all big damage things that you can purge off.
And they're going to stack up as the fights develop.
Undying. Tomb High Ground.
Undying.
High Ground
He
2.
breaks the
Can he get
smoke.
it?
He's silenced. He gets the tomb down. It's not on the high ground. And another big Ravage from Drakeel. They'll try and slay the Undying, but he's tanked through it. Gets off his Flesh Golem. They do find the Sacred Veno. Troll standing, fighting. BKB Battle Trance still at the ready. And the Tombstone, it's going to be dropped here by Robo Z. Bat Rider clears it up, and that BKB from Alchemist makes sure he is untouchable.
Yeah, that Ravage really ruining the team fight for Ego Boys. So if he was able to get that Tombstone off right away when he broke the smoke, that could have been the fight for Ego Boys. but it came out a little too late. The zombies were not able to stack up fast enough. Now realizing his teammates are already dead, was not going to pop his BKB and battle trance and try to do something.
Yeah, it was pretty quick from the puck and the Earth Spirit. Get on top of him, silence the Undying.
Silence him, yeah.
Yeah. And
That's
now
what
into
you gotta
Roshan. Acid Spray and Gush. Decent amount of minus armor. Well, they don't have the greatest ways to pop Lincolns though, so I don't think they've actually got a Gush onto the old Roshan.
Radiant are scanning.
Scanning back on that dire high ground as a smoke from the Ego Boys maneuvering in towards the pit. But look at RoboZ, just BKBs up the staircase, focusing the Undying, who does drop a decent tombstone. The Aegis is on the floor. RoboZ Batrider grabs it. No, Yodomi grabs it. The puck has the Aegis. Now a two-man coil. Tiny and the Troll focusing the Batrider. They kill off RoboZ. Unknown, what have you done? What has happened? The BKB Alk is on his way out. He's running away, turns with a concoction, looks to stun up the Troll. They know there's no BKB, no battle trance, but where's the follow through? The Earth Spirit has to contend with the Tiny and the Castle, rolling towards the Troll again, but he can't get on top of him. Alchemist needs the TP home. The TP not
he's dead.
successful. That Illuminate from
pinata.
Tano. Well placed, and Yodomi trying to run away, but there's another blink and a toss from Tiny. Aegis down on your Pos 5 puck. What the fuck went wrong in that Roche pit?
Well, this is what happens. You have no Ravage, you want to fight, and you're feeling really good about yourself. You know the Troll Warlord still has his BKB and the battle chance. They're going to contest you, right? You know, Ego Boys have been losing every single engagement. When the Ravage is down, it's time to go. I don't know. I think they had no business
Alk was
actually
leaving
going for that.
Like, was Alk leaving it for the bat? Because Aegis was on the floor for like 3-4 seconds. Alk ran away from it. Bat came in and tried to take it, but didn't swap his items around, and then Puck, in the end, had to grab it as they find Sacred. Mid lane again.
I think you take it on the Alk regardless, though.
That's what I thought.
Like, he has a free slot. He has a freaking gauntlet in his inventory, so... I would think that he values that Aegis more than that gauntlet.
Well, that's my assumption too.
Has been denied.
Nice burst of aggression from Ego Boys, though. We start to see.
They also popped the
Really, what
pinata
they're
there,
capable of.
getting that kill on the Alk. Bunch of gold and slowing his farming. The Troll Warlord only about what is that?
4K?
4,000. Yeah, gold behind. That's not that bad. Once the Troll hits 20k net worth, then he becomes just as strong as like a 6-slotted Alchemist. So.
Yeah, it was a pretty big kill on the Batrider too. Like 500 gold going to Tiny. Now he's not that far away from catching up to the rest of the pack. Okay, behind the Tidehunter for now.
Tidehunter also gone for this super aura build to boost up his allies, but the only one who's really going to be benefiting from this is, I guess, the Alchemist. And that means the Tidehunter's scaling potential is not all there in this game. It's kind of worrying, to be honest. They need to make sure they win this next fight on Unknown. If they lose the next fight, I'm gonna have to favor Ego Boys once again.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Well, with Undying falling there, he does pop the smoke. No big targets taken down, but they're still going high ground. Earth Spirit gets the vessel on Tiny, but they're already so alone. They know he's hasted and running away. Now he's trapped between Tier 1 Tier 2.
Earth
Venomance
Spirit.
is being hunted. Earth Spirit rolls away. Veno for Sacred jumped on by the bat and the puck after. They chase him down the stairs. And Earth Spirit, well, he still gets hunted.
Yeah, I mean, I think Ego Boys will take that. The Earth Spirit for the Veno. Veno is essentially a support in this game as well. Just slow things down a little bit since, you know, the Alchemist, he's got some decent timings right now, wants to fight you. Troll Warlord now finishes Aghanim's, so it's much tankier.
Man, this Yodomi alone makes sure that this puck is going to be fearful of these combos every step.
It's really good.
Gets called
kill,
back in towards that mid lane as well. And they can start
Unknown.
playing down bottom into their Troll.
They're starting to bleed.
Alright, what was that lead? It was getting up towards 20k. It's kind of plateaued at around 14, 15,000. So the acceleration has definitely halted. Troll Warlord racing up to second spot, overtakes the bat. Abyssal Blade queued up. As that 20k marker that you were talking about gets nearer and nearer. And the reliance on the Ravage, Unknown have really needed it to dominate the team fights that we have seen them perform in. Drakeel unable to use it, still holding. TPing down bottom with a couple of heroes onto the outpost. Is it going to be Undying again? Just a solo kill onto SHCCD. That's the roll from Widge. And it is the entirety of the Radiant team.
The Undying dies, and then 2 supports on Unknown dies after that. Is that what's gonna happen again, Gary?
I think it might. We'll see if they make a move. But it's gonna be Undying dies, then Venno dies, and then the Troll comes in and kills everybody. I mean, Sacred on the run right now, lassoed onto the high ground in the Firefly, dragged closer to the Earth
He already
Spirit.
gets the 4 staff. Okay, it's on script it's on script right now, right? Undying dies, Venno dies. Just need to
Where's
fight.
the Tiny? Where's the Troll?
Where's
The Troll
the
has a
fight?
DD rune. Surely.
Yeah, it does. It's running out though.
Under attack.
It would be nice if Tiny had a bottle, to give this troll
Dire's
so he
bottom
can
tower
get the
has
DD.
That would be great, yeah. But the big 5-man group from Unknown
tower is under
swarming around those bottom objectives, tier 1 and tier 2 grabbed.
Dire's bottom
No real response, but Undying does have some good vision here.
Oh, he's
Dire
TPing in
high
with the
ground
Troll.
wards. Troll getting recalled by the Kotl. They've baited it. They go on the Earth Spirit instead. Unknown going to lose
Okay.
out Widge here. He kicks back the Undying, yules up into the air and roll away.
tower is under
Nice little play by the Earth Spirit. Where's that toss going? Sending them forward, but unable to catch.
Alright, we're just going off script. He's not letting himself die. We were supposed to see at least 2 supports on Unknown die after the Venom and the Undying fall.
No more bleeding out. Unknown tighten up their ranks.
Got a Mindbreaker now on the Troll Warlord. He's got a Basher complete in a moment. This Troll is getting big, Gary.
It is massive. And the fact that, that BKB, he's used it only twice, and both times aggressively, right? And
Yeah,
so often we
very
see
efficient.
that BKB used
Well-
defensively to TP to run away.
I guess that one time he popped the BKB, he didn't have a TP to get out.
Ah, true.
That was kind of sad, but other than that, it just feels like it's all been efficient because every single fight now has shown up and it has been very good, except for that one where he popped the BKB and tried to run. I blame his teammates for that though.
Not his fault. A slippery puck cutting waves bottom though. Position 5,
very-
Yudomi.
Yeah, he's got to keep doing this. Just keep farming. Get that Aghanims up on your puck. You're like a core when you play puck. Get that Ags, and then now this Troll is gonna feel really bad.
He'll nearly get scouted by Alone, but that high ground observer wood, it was pinged by the Earth Spirit, so they know in the triangle the Dire have some pretty good vision. And that's why it feels like they've swung up towards top, play into a darker part of the map that the Dire team don't know anything about. And of course, there's a tier 2 up there. It feels like Unknown buying time for the next Roshan. That first Rosh went pretty poorly for everyone
Yeah.
involved. Get
Yeah.
the second Rosh and then look to actually complete your game plan.
structures are
I had to watch on the stream what happened, and yeah, it was pretty weird.
Definitely very odd. A smoke up north from the
snap.
Dire, but down on the Troll. They found him. Oh dear, they were playing up top away from their Troll Warlord, so he gets completely left.
They wanted to
alone
relocate
down
him
bot.
with the Keeper, and Unknown just make a really sneaky move to make the play onto the Troll. Get him with
the
that
jump.
foil into Lasso Snap.
The flame break into Vessel, force staff out, dodges the kick, but the roll is there with a concoction stunning him. Sacred sliced by Robo-Z, and they've got a Yule's roll on to SHCCD as well. They're just chaining kills together now. The momentum keeps them going forward.
Dire's middle tower.
Troll into Venno, into Undying, and now a mid-tier 2 push. And all the while, Roshan has respawned.
That Troll kill was gigantic for Unknown here. It's gonna give them so much more momentum.
It's
And
a good
they're
point you
farming
make,
all
right,
the
with
ways.
Is under attack.
the recall on Kotl, because I was watching it and thinking, this feels a bit weird. 3 heroes smoking, past Roche Pit, trying to cut behind the top lane. But yeah, if you're able to bring that Troll in, it all makes perfect sense. Snappy, decisive move from Unknown to kill him.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And with 18 seconds, a double damage rune on Bat. Into the pit we go. Now, who gets Aegis and who gets cheese? And please don't
Alchemist.
say Puck.
Alchemist will get the Aegis. No doubt about it. Get rid of your Sanj. Thank you, sir.
Ego Boys wanting to mount a defense. Two-man coil from Yodomi, though. The Veno and Undying all trapped up, and they've blown up Widge with a Ravage landing. They'll catch 3 of them on the outskirts. The Troll can't really enter the fight, but the Will-O-Wisp is dropped, and the Alchemist on top of that. Poor Sacred Boy. Undying and Veno down, and they're both forced to buy back. The tiny BKB's up, though. They've lassoed the Troll away from that Will-O-Wisp. Alk needs to focus him down. There's no battle transfer BKB from him. Oh, dearie me. It's a bloodbath.
Oh, dear you.
Troll dead with no buyback. He couldn't get a single spell off. He's got Anghenims, he's got BKB, he's got Battle Trance. Not a single button was clicked.
Nah, he could not. The Venomancer having to buy back died right away. Undying also died right away. He got the Tombstone off, but that was it. He's got to let one of his teammates go in first, get the Tombstone, heal his teammates up instead of being the first one to make contact.
Oh, look at the roll into Yules. There's no BKB for Tiny, so he's going to get kicked. Chased in behind the tier 3s, the Puck. Everyone is just on top of Tiny, alone. Down he goes, and this Alchemist going
Then
past tier
Abyssal.
4s. Abyssal Blade on the Undying. Absolutely right, Theban. Slays the zombie. And this mid lane of Barracks cracked wide open by Team Unknown. Looking like a 2-0 victory.
It's time for bottom racks next. You can't really get Megas here though, so I think Ego Boys, you know, they'll still hang around in this game. Wait for the Troll to be alive.
15 seconds. And you can buy back on that Tiny. Undying doesn't have it for 6.5 minutes, of course, after spending his buyback already. So 2 complete sets of Barracks.
Dire's bottom barracks are under
Focused down here by Unknown. Really, no recourse for Ego Boys, as it should be a pretty swift retreat into a top lane push, but thinking about it with a Solar Bind and maybe a chase from Troll. This Alchemist not the hero you can go on. BKB Aegis. And up we go. Top lane. Tier 2 time. There you go, boys. Looking to close it out. I'm really wondering how that fight would have gone if Troll had preemptively BKB'd before getting chain
Probably-
stunned.
top tower.
I think they were down the river, and it just was not going to be a good fight. This all started with that Troll getting picked off bottom side, right? You get like one of those big pickoffs, you get a nice fight in the Roshan pit, you're already prepared, Puck came in with a coil.
Earth Spirit
Before
in
they
a
can
good
enter the pit.
position.
Has been killed.
Smoke broken by the Troll who kills the courier. The jump onto Widge as Tiny's opening. Self-Yules in a 3-man coil though. That's the Puck. Reinitiating and a Ravage there, connecting on Sacred and
Troll.
Tano. The BKB's up for Tiny, but the Troll's lassoed up. Battle Trance and BKB, they're all wearing off. Troll now stuck on the low ground without the team to back him up. Is Abyssal Bladed and dead. No buyback for him, and the chase from Bat. Catching out the Veno. Self-Glimmer Cape there with a high ground tombstone. It looks a little bit nasty, but they don't have their Troll Warlord, so it is full retreat, reverse gear, get the hell out of here, back up to the high ground and try and hold as best you can, but in comes the Earth Spirit with a massive Magnetize, a triple kill for Robo-Z, and the Undying, flame broken, back into the flames of this Bat Rider. And that's gotta be it. 4 heroes slammed into the ground. Tiny is the
That's
only
gotta be
one standing up behind the lines of the enemy. What's Alone thinking?
Dire's
Try and TP out.
has fallen.
TP
He's
back to
thinking, where did he
Fountain.
go wrong in this game?
Top barracks are under attack.
Maybe,
He's thinking about the multiple different things he could have done differently.
Top barracks has fallen.
When was Tiny second picked? It was first phase, right?
Yeah.
It was a very early Tiny pick, and that Bat Rider got all the way through that draft. BKB from Tiny, yeah, but the Abyssal Blade counteracts it as Alchemist gets some good little hits in there. The bashes finally come, and Alone, well, he's done. Drakeel, the Fountain, oh my god, there's Fountain attacks. No messing around with them.
Dire's courier has been killed.
You know, Gary,
bit
there's
spooky.
2 truths in South American Dodo. One is Wraith King. The other one is Bat Rider.
Well, bye-bye, Tiny. He's left the game. GG gets called. Well, yeah, I think you're right. Ride or die with Bat and Wraith King. 2 of the strongest heroes right now. As the game is called and Ego Boys, they've got to go back to the drawing board. They've got to go back somewhere. I mean, Unknown just look an upper echelon compared to them in this series.
Yeah, they gotta go to the airport. It's time to go home.
Time to order in that Domino's.
You know
45
that
to
meme
13.
that you see on Twitch with the hello, the team name, and this other team is calling you, ready, saving your seat, nice and
Ready.
warm. Yeah, that's what
Yep.
it always reminds me. Oh,
Well,
man.
there we have it. I mean, Theben, do you have any closing words for that? I think we've beaten this one to death a little bit. Do you want to pass it next to the panel?
I mean, I will say though that Unknown, they look good for the most part. I think they made a few mistakes here and there, but maybe they were just a little too overconfident nearing the end of that game, and that's why we saw some sloppy plays. But other than that, they were just the superior team.